Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna be doing a reading on how you, as the viewer, can best open your heart, what you need to do to heal and accept and understand that complete openness within yourself and opening up that love and light within yourself to such a vulnerable state of like your inner child and who you truly are inside and who you maybe you haven't been recognized as, that maybe recognizing those parts of yourself might be really good for healing. Now this is going to be a collective message. Spirit, please connect me to all of those who are watching and their highest vibration. Please disconnect me from any negative entities that wish to harm them. Please gather protection all around me in the name of the one name, the one true name of all who exists, all that exists. Please connect me to all realities that exist in the viewer's timeline. Please connect me to the reality that would be most vibrationally aligned with their truest desires and their truest needs deep inside their heart. Okay, Spirit, how can my collective effectively open their heart? First of all, how can my collective openly radically accept themselves and passively or maybe actively do something? So we have 7 of Vessels, Mourning in reverse. So I'm hearing that you need to actively let go of the pain that has been caused to you in the past. You need to let go of any thought processes or illusions you've been going in a spiral over these traumas that have hurt you. It's time to let go and maybe passively come to an understanding of not forgiveness necessarily for the person or the situation that caused harm to you, but forgiveness for yourself for really anything you feel that is still making you hold these grudges down. And maybe you are actively in the process of letting go of these past things right now, and you're growing and changing, and Spirit is saying to keep doing that, and that you are on the correct path, and that doing that is what helps you to see that it wasn't your fault. Like, you tend to use my collectives, you might tend to blame yourselves for the problems that happen to you in your life, and it causes you to go into this state of mourning, or just general sadness and despair for the sadder parts of life, and that those things must happen. Some of you might be water signs, but I'm hearing maybe doing something creative or following a new passion. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's an idea, maybe it's a new hobby or lifestyle. Doing that while also actively letting go of these expectations you have on yourself, and these expectations you had on these other people to maybe be better, do better, understand you, care about you, even do the bare minimum. But those expectations will get you nowhere if those people won't change, or they never changed in the first place, or they were just always bad. The only thing you can do is change how you feel about the situation within yourself, and mourning over it. While it can help you understand and accept your feelings about the fact that that situation caused you pain and maybe why it caused you pain, but also getting to accept that you were the victim in that situation and going into that mourning for that part of yourself that went through that. But you have gone through that, and you are now at the end of that cycle where it's now time to focus on what you truly love, what you truly desire. Focus on your inner child healing and your divine feminine healing, really. Spirit wants you to find abundance in what you already have and what you're already doing, and see the beauty in how you get up every day and how you treat yourselves and other people every day, and how beautiful it is that you can keep going like that and have this beautiful light and fulfillment for everyone you meet, just because you love and adore them as if you love yourself. And Spirit's calling you to open your heart completely by letting go of this mourning, this past pain, over things you can't control, this nostalgia, and instead, accept that that's a part of life, that's a part of you. Accept that it's okay to feel those feelings, and it's also okay to move on from those situations that you no longer need to think about. Like, it's energy you've already gone through and used, and now it can be reused and repurposed somewhere else, with someone else who needs that lesson. But you're at the end of that lesson, and radically accepting that you've learned from this mourning, you've learned from this pain, and everything you've come to understand passively by observing that within yourself and feeling that within yourself. You can take those things and create something new out of it. Maybe not necessarily something new, but you can move into a new state of perceiving yourself. It's because it's almost like you were mourning your own actions or the things you lost because of how much you gave to that situation and how much energy you put into it. But now you can recognize that you have the ability to have such a vast emotional complexity to not only go through that situation, deal with the things that you had no control over, that other people just wielded over you. Not only do that, but also now be able to move on from it and forgive, maybe not them, maybe them if you just want to get that weight off your chest, but also in reality, forgiving them by forgiving yourself, because then you can, that's when you actually let go of the past pain. I mean, there's always going to be the scars and the wounds that hurt you, but you don't have to let that control or affect who you are or be everything. It's a part of who you are, but it doesn't have to be everything, and you can create other things outside of that. Spirit, give me some more information on how this collective should radically forgive themselves. It seems a lot of you need to forgive yourselves for these past pains that maybe you weren't even, it wasn't even your fault, you were just a part of. How can these people, okay, so there's going to be multiple different timelines for different ones of you. So for some of you, we have Two of Pentacles in reverse. So you might be actually looking towards a better perspective and knowing what you need to do, but at the same time, still cycling back into this like lower vibrational, like back into this mourning, into this lack of forgiveness for yourself. It really centers around not being able to forgive yourself, not being able to understand that it wasn't your fault in that situation. It's like deep down that it wasn't your fault, and like how you can move on, and how you do try to forgive yourself genuinely, but it's like you just automatically cycle back into this self-doubt, which keeps you from being able to open your heart chakra completely to yourself, not only to other people and the people you love. But everyone goes through these cycles. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes the two pentacles can be in reverse. I'm hearing that you just need to see the light, open your crown chakra, do something fun for yourself. Self-care is something that just makes you see the inherent not necessarily it's not necessarily meaningless, but like these little details throughout life, they only matter so much as you put energy into them, like when you die, these things aren't gonna matter. It's just like it doesn't have to be that dramatic, but just not taking it so seriously, like being able to see a different side of the situation where it's like, maybe I learned something from this, or hey, maybe something about the way the situation it was kind of funny, or maybe I learned something about myself with the way this person treated me, or maybe I learned a pattern of the way multiple people have treated me over my life, and it was actually pretty funny because I wouldn't have realized that unless this past person really hurt me this bad to put me in this state of not being able to open up my heart chakra. And it's really, when you can't be in touch with your inner child and just like make fun out of it and like make something new out of it, where it's just like it's not still in that weird like stuck energy of pain. That's when you're at your lower vibration. That's when you're stuck in this mourning and you can't open your heart chakra. You can't fully accept yourself for who you are. It's almost like you might in those moments see yourself as ugly or annoying or needy or codependent or all this other stuff that was actually the things that were the things that were projected onto you by these past traumas, which is why you can't get over them, because it's like you reflect that person's energy and what they did to you, and you almost like make it your own fault in your head. And that's why you're all like, oh, two of pentacles in reverse. Oh, it's all my fault. I can't juggle anything. It's like this person's just dancing with the infinity of it all and the waves and everything. But no, you're just stumbling, collapsing. Everything you do, you just feel blocked because you still perceive yourself in a certain unforgiving manner. Like you might have forgiven this person or other people for so many things, a lot of fucking things, like a lot of this. Things maybe they didn't deserve to be forgiven for, but it's so much harder for you to forgive yourself for practically anything, which is another thing. I think that forgiving yourself just more often and in general for not being perfect all the time or not being the absolute adult all the time, and slipping up and messing up sometimes, it's perfect to open your heart chakra because it lets you recognize that you're not a perfect person just like everyone else, and just like the people who have hurt you. When you've forgiven them, because you're just like, yeah, they're just a dumbass, they're just selfish, just their pride. You're like that sometimes too, and it's okay. And recognizing that really helps you keep away from mourning about it and keep away from being sad about it. Like, you actually recognize it, you're like, oh, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Because when you're sitting here mourning about it, it soaks into your energy and becomes part of your energy. Like, this pain that you've been through, because you're constantly thinking about it, but it just becomes part of everything you do in life. That isn't what you want. You want to be juggling this happy energy of all these different things that you like in life. You want to be able to be the one to let go and walk away and fucking revenge glow up past situations and people thought they could totally take you down. Y'all were wrong, bitches. That's all I gotta say. For some of you, I'm definitely hearing, if you've already moved on from these things and you've already passed mourning and you're already in the energy of creating new things, relationships, or opportunities in your life, Tower in reverse is just telling me, let spirit do the work. Surrender to, however you surrender to the universe, however you do it, however you do your own thing, just trust the process. Stop thinking about it so much. Stop expecting things to be a certain way because of how other people have told you it's supposed to be. Just go with the flow. Go with what you like. You're already doing. You're already doing it every day. You like doing it. And spirit is like working behind the scenes to like create something for you out of it, like build something new out of it because you have a lot of good karma coming from moving on from these past pains, whereas maybe the people who've hurt you still haven't moved on from wanting to hurt you. So you have a lot of good karma from stepping above that vibration and blocking it out and creating your own boundaries. I'm also hearing that some of you might have had a recent big change, or somebody was cut out of your life, or something in your life has changed radically. I'm getting a very immediate change. It was very fast. It was very maybe some of you thought it happened too fast, but with Mars right here, the sign of Mars right here, I'm really getting it was meant to be for your highest good. It was the only action that could have been taken to get you out of this mourning. And maybe you're uncomfortable with it right now, but maybe working with it and being flexible with it, and maybe taking the things you don't like about the situation and putting something up to compare it to it, maybe balance it back out, creating something for yourself that can maybe balance those bad things back out and sort of, giving, it's like a trade-off. And you might know what I'm talking about, you might not, this might not resonate for you, but either way, the situation has changed and you have an idea of what to do moving forward, but you might be a little bit hesitant. Just let go. Don't think about it too much, and trust your guides, trust your instincts. Because the situation of you because it's almost like an immediate situation. You're constantly having to let go of this past pain and radically transform yourself into someone new with this tower energy. And it's like constant rapid fire, you're put in these situations where your defenses, your walls are being broken down and literally shattered. But there's this bird over here, you still fly. You still find a way to. It's like you're not even attached to these things that are falling down, these walls you've built up, these masks you've built up, these egos you've built up, because you've gone through this state of ego death so much that it's almost transformed you into this beautiful light. And when you let go and just accept that and stop trying to fight that process of you being broken down, even and I'm hearing for some of you, you just keep going for it because you keep feeling like you need to happen, you keep feeling like you need ego death over and over again, so you go to bad people. Stop doing that. Stop creating mourning for yourself. You're supposed to be stopping the mourning. But for others of you, it's you've created this almost light within yourself that can do with almost any stressful situation, and you're always thinking for people's highest goods, and you're never really aligned with your ego because your ego is always constantly being broken down in place for other people. And maybe that's another source of your mourning and your pain, is because you think about other people's pain. Let go of that too. Let other people shoulder their own pain and think about their own pain. You're not even going to understand the half of it, or where it's deeply rooted, or why they truly have that pain. So don't fucking try and take responsibility for it. It's really just a reflection of your own pain. The things you think are painful about other people and that hurt your heart and make you upset that other people have to go through those things, it's because subconsciously you don't want your own inner child going through those things. But yeah, when you are opening your heart chakra, you're in this state of complete vulnerability, and maybe that's why it's so hard for you to do it, because when you are vulnerable, you might sometimes be hurt and get put in this state of mourning because of the hurt that it causes you. But at the same time, the only way you can heal and forgive yourself is by opening your heart chakra and letting go of that hurt, even if it's being caused to you at the same time. It's almost like you have to balance between this passiveness about your own feelings and also this activeness of not letting other people break down these things you've built up, or these walls you've built up, or not letting other people sway your sort of sense of surrender to the universe and your spirit guides and your own ego death. Because maybe sometimes it's hard for you to open up your heart chakra and be vulnerable because people get mad at you for having this constant ego death in your life. Like, they don't understand it. They're low vibrational. And so they react to it, and the only way they can understand is like, there's this bright light in my face that I don't understand. Shut it off. Get it out of my way. Get it out of my sight. Meanwhile, they won't just walk away. They make it your business. They make it your fault instead of just like walking away from the situation. You don't gotta turn the whole light off. You can walk into the other room. So yeah, it's almost like you have to forgive all these like childish energies in your life because they're childish and immature and they don't understand what they're doing to you. They literally don't understand what they're doing to you, and that's why you have to forgive them, because they don't understand what they're doing to you. They don't have the vibrational capacity to understand how much you feel their feelings and understand and what you go through for other people. So yeah, there's this weird paradox for you opening your heart chakra of like it causing you pain, it also healing your pain. And when your heart chakra is not open and you're not actively doing that healing and trying to heal that pain and like forgive and do all that, then the pain is just building up with nothing taking it out. That's why it's better to have the balance of like forgiveness and pain and like all that, rather than just pain and like taking it all in, because then there's nowhere else to go. Burst out at other people, burst out at the material world in your life, you know. It's subconscious, so you don't recognize it until it's like really bad. Just like those days when you don't recognize how hungry you are until you eat a sandwich. You're like, oh, sandwich, and it's already gone, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't realize I was that hungry, because you know, you're thinking about these other pains. Let's see. Then we have Seven of Pentacles in reversed. So stop thinking so much about the future. Stop thinking about the past also. Like, let go of the past and let go of your preconceptions about the future. Focus on the moment right now. Like, also plan ahead. Like, don't just be in the moment. Oh, mourning. Like, plan ahead as in like you have your own sort of, you can't really let go and do forgiveness in the moment. You have to have a plan for it. You have to have like a routine for it. You have to have like this actual change within yourself. And so you sort of have to plan and be in the moment. But this means you also, if you're doing this and you're focused on this, you can't be distracted by the future and like, oh, I need the future. I mean, I could have to do this, I need to do this, and like, you're just, I need to get from point A to point B. No, you're not even enjoying the journey. And in the past, like, you just get so focused on like all these times people have hurt you, and it's just over and over and over and over. It makes you so negative and so nihilistic and so unoptimistic and pessimistic. It's just, no. You have no time for that. You have no energy for that right now while you're trying to do healing and open your heart chakra from these past pains that have hurt you, and these people that have hurt you, relationships hurt you. You don't got to be focusing on it right now. Don't really even have to be focusing on any money. You need to be focusing on healing yourself. It's just like, when you open your heart chakra, you're just like having fun in the moment. You're doing the things you like in the moment. Your inner child healing is a big thing for you, especially shadow work healing. Shadow work healing can really get the under ridges of inner child healing that you don't notice, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's important, but really like letting your inner child shine in all moments, and like the same way a child wouldn't worry about the past or the future, you know. When you embody the energy, that's when your heart chakra is open. And that's also when people like the like sort of mysteriousness thing, or like the thing that people love about you, or even sometimes the thing that people exploit about you or get mad at about you. It's that light within yourself, and like focusing on like doing that in the moment while also like directing it towards one certain energy, like a path, would literally put you in a position where you'd have to feel yourself, you have to love yourself. You'd be like, okay, I'm actually doing well, I'm balanced. And it would literally force you to like let go of the past and surrender to whatever your future is by letting go. I mean, obviously letting go and surrendering to is going to force you to let go and surrender. You know what I mean. Alright, let's get a little bit more messages. I don't want to go on too long. I don't want you to get annoyed. I know you have short attention spans just like me. Spirit, tell me tell me, what is blocking my collectives from opening their heart chakra? What at this very moment is blocking my collectives from opening their heart chakra? At this very, very moment, Spirit, at this exact moment, what is blocking their heart chakra? And if it was healed, or if it was thought about it right at this exact moment, it could just open their heart chakra, even just a little bit. I want to help you out. Just shine that light within your soul. Spirit, give me a message that recognizes that light within my collective. Please help me recognize all the good karma and all the good they've done to the world and to themselves. Give me a message about what is blocking their heart chakra. Chariots. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I said channel your light energies, I really didn't mean you have to have like a path you like need to focus on at the moment. Like, really just if you focus on your inner child and your inner light and the things you love and the things that bring you pleasure, that then you will automatically align to your true path. If you're sitting here thinking about your true path and what you want to do and like taking these horses, going out for a ride, and you're like, oh, I'll find it somehow, it'll just appear. No, the horses and the ride and the chariot, that doesn't equal the inner light. That doesn't bring about the inner light. The inner light brings about those other things. Do you get what I mean? Just like mourning and not letting go of this ego and not letting go of like these pains that have been caused by all these ego deaths. Those things don't cause healing. Healing causes the acceptance and observance of those things and letting yourself feel the pain of those things while also healing them. You know what I mean? You can choose to do one, but in the end, it'll just be a pent-up energy within you and it'll just go back to the other. Like, you can't, when things are unbalanced like that, eventually they have to balance back out. It's just the law of the universe. It's just how things work. But I feel like you get so worried about when things are going to come back on you, or how things are going to come back on you, or if things are ever going to work out for you, or maybe you'll get justice for the things that have hurt you. Stop worrying about those things. Focus on yourself right now, and then those things will come. That's how it works. Focus on what you want, then those things will come. Don't focus on the things coming instead of like what you want. If that makes sense. You can't have the effect before the cause, so to say. And then also, Chariot is giving me Cancer energy. So just get out of this emotional, feminine energy. Maybe go out and like do some, I don't know, writing or creative something. So I'm just like getting like air energy or fire energy. Do something that like stimulates you. Maybe it's going outside, maybe it's doing like a puzzle or a project or something like that. Not something necessarily like super interesting. It can be mindless. It can be like something you want to learn about, like a hobby or a school test or something like that. But just something that isn't so surrounded on your emotions right now, because it feels like your emotions are making everything all muddy and wishy-washy, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get one more card. Spirit. Let's see. What is beautiful about my collective's heart chakra? In what energy does my collective's heart chakra shine the most beautifully and the most accurately according to who they are? What energy does the collective's heart chakra take on when they're in their most beautiful energy? Let's see, I got 2 energies for this one, and then I also got Page of Swords reversed on the bottom of the deck. So I'm feeling that a lot of you might not really be aligned to air sign energy. You might be more aligned to earth, fire, water sign energy, or at least when you're in your more healing heart chakra energies. But there's something about your heart chakra breaking through people's minds and perspectives and their own egos, and like what they feel like carries them up and keeps their ego afloat, you break through that into their subconscious realm, literally the moon down here. You break through that, go into their subconscious realm, and you touch them on such a deep level, even when you're trying to actively block out your heart chakra because of fear of your own vulnerability. Even then, people still feel it subtly from you, like an aura, like an energy, that you just touch them deeply. And if they feel like there's just something beautiful about your heart, like, look at this card. Look at the flowers. It's almost as if they're blooming in the moonlight. And look at this beautiful moon. It doesn't have to be full to be beautiful. It goes through so many phases and so many different things. And look at that Pisces, the little Pisces symbol. Love to all my Pisces out there. I love Pisces to death. They're my favorite sign. My twin flame is a Pisces. Yeah. People see themselves in you. People definitely project their subconscious onto you, whether it's good or bad. If you know what I mean. You probably do know what I mean. You've been through it a lot. But I am seeing a huge potential for, like, when you do open your heart chakra, there's like maybe this deep wish or desire you want fulfilled within yourself, and like really radically accepting and believing that and trying to manifest that for that to be true would just open that love within yourself, because actually believing in that, believing that those things that you deeply wish for could actually be true, would open up so many different avenues you haven't explored yet because of fear of maybe those things being true, or how other people would think about those things, or maybe fear that it's not real because it's a subconscious wish. But opening up your heart chakra to that is definitely what you need to do, because deep down, I know deep down you want it, but also you change other people's perspectives based on this deep well of love you have in yourself for whatever this deep desire and wish fulfillment you have for this lifetime. People can feel that deep well of love and desire, like this hot, bright fireball of energy, like a shooting star across the sky, and it just shoots into people's subconscious. It shoots straight past their thoughts and straight past their inhibitions and everything like that, and it's almost like you're etched into people's long-term memory. The things you say so cutely touch people, and the way you interact with them and show affection to them, or even just like talk to them or look at them, opens their heart chakra. Basically, you open other people's heart chakra by opening your own heart chakra, because you make them feel so deeply touched on a subconscious level that they look within themselves and they see the flowers and they stop and smell the roses. Like, they're sitting down and they're looking up at the moon and stars because it's nighttime, it's rest time. And you might have ties to the like lunar cycles in the nighttime, like doing work in the nighttime might benefit you for opening your heart chakra, just like letting yourself operate at the time of the day. Maybe learning what phase of the moon you were born in might be beneficial to, like, I don't know. When I learned what phase mine and what phase mine was in and what it meant, I was like, oh damn, you're right. Maybe just astrology in general might interest you, or have a specific astrology is really accurate to the things that have happened in your life and like what you've had to move on from, so it helps you recognize the light within yourself, because it's almost as if your placements are magical. Like, your placements literally show how magical of a person you are. It's funny like that. Like, maybe your moon sign is like especially crazy or something, like moon in Scorpio or moon in Pisces or moon in 8th house or 12th house or something like that, you know what I mean? Or maybe it like has a really weird aspect with your other planets. But 8 of Cups in reversed with the moon. So yeah, hold those grudges. When people hurt you, hold those grudges. Don't forgive them. Focus on forgiving yourself. Like, don't hold grudges against yourself. Don't do that. Allow yourself to move on from things like you need to move on from. But when people hurt you on such a deep subconscious level and they take advantage of your beauty, your beautiful subconscious moon beauty, and the things you give to other people with your subconscious aura, and they take advantage of that, don't fucking move on from that situation. Give them the business. If they try to come back to you, give them the business. Tell them to fuck off. Block them if telling them to fuck off is like what they want from you. Just fucking block them. Don't talk to them again. Or even if it's like not even people that are doing this to you, but it's just like situations that have happened to you. There's something spirit is like stressing you don't overlook. Like it's an injustice that maybe it's subconscious, you aren't seeing it. And it might be like the way people are talking about you, or the way people are stalking you on social media, or the way people are thinking about you, or like spreading lies about you. But there's something that needs to be not overlooked, because there's some sort of deception that's going on. And I'm hearing that opening your heart chakra and doing the healing right now is going to make you very aware of what it is. Like, if you don't do that, if you don't do the healing, you're not going to figure out. It's going to stay subconscious. But looking into your subconscious realm and doing that magic thing you usually do when you're opening your heart chakra and you're like doing your magic and you're like, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm cool, I'm channeling and everything like that, then you will see what I'm talking about with this Eight of Cups. Because there's almost like this, something's going on that you haven't seen. Like maybe you've moved on from something, you thought you moved on from a situation, but it's still like happening to you behind the scenes and you didn't realize it. But doing the heart chakra healing is going to make you recognize that for sure. So all in all, make sure if you saw this video today, make sure to at least do a few minutes of heart chakra meditation. Maybe listen to one of those heart chakra frequency things. I just saw 333 on the clock. So maybe you have some sort of your own meditation or magic thing or ritual that you do to heal your chakras, or even focus on all your chakras. Do that today as maybe just like a starting base, or maybe just to like reminisce on all the things this reading has given you. And I hope you find what that deception is that's going on. My collective. Alright, I love you guys. Bye.